Hello, friends, and welcome back to the course. Let's begin with a quick review from lesson number 2. Well-being is the comfortable feeling that you are safe in the world. Bulliers attack another person's well-being, and they do it on purpose. Bulliers want to make the other person feel unsafe and uncomfortable. They often say that they did not mean to do that, but that isn't true. If they say that, we know it's dishonest. We know that bullying is always done on purpose. So, what are the weapons bulliers use for attacking someone else's well-being? There are 3. The first weapon is mean words. Mean words can be anything from calling ugly names, to making fun of somebody's mistakes, to telling lies about them, to saying things about them using unkind words, to telling others not to talk to them or not to play with them, or embarrassing them in front of other people on purpose. This can all be in person, but it can also often be done by email, SMS, Facebook, Twitter, or other social networking tools. The next weapon is mean actions. Mean actions are, first of all, using mean words, as I just described. But more than that, it can also be hiding or damaging somebody's personal property, cutting in front of them in line, making up stories about them, bumping into them or tripping them, playing keep away with their stuff, making them share food or money with you, excluding them from fun activities, and so many other things that you probably already know about. If any of the things I just described as mean actions sounded funny to you, then that's all the evidence you need to be sure that you have been a bullier. You might remember that in the last lesson I mentioned that bulliers like to say they were only teasing when they say and do hurtful things, but it isn't teasing when it hurts. It's what we call taunting. And taunting someone is a mean action that is for sure a weapon of bullying. Another kind of weapon is called a threat. Threats can be either words or actions that make the other person wonder if the attacks, those mean words and actions I was just describing, are going to continue. A threat is an idea that makes the other person wonder if mean words or mean actions will keep on coming. It triggers a question that injures the well-being. Is this going to keep happening? And once that uncomfortable question is on somebody's mind, it is very hard for a person to ignore it or remove it. Here's an example that I remember from when I was a kid. I used to walk my dog down the street every afternoon after school. And one day, some other boys stopped me and told me that if I walked my dog down their street anymore, they would hurt him. I really didn't believe that they would, but I wasn't completely sure. And since this was the only way I could go without crossing a big street, I knew that I had to keep walking my dog that same way every afternoon. They used the threat weapon on me, and I was uncomfortable and afraid for a long time, of course. My well-being was damaged, and it was no fun to walk with my dog anymore, even though they never did hurt him. So here's the important point. Mean words are weapons. Mean actions are weapons. Threats are weapons. Using any of these weapons is an attack on another person and their well-being. Any attack does damage to somebody's well-being. Mean words can do damage, mean actions can do damage, and threats can do damage. They do damage because, after all, they are weapons, as we said a moment ago. Damage happens to the body sometimes, but it also happens in that piece of the heart called well-being. Damage does not need to be seen with the eyes to be true. If someone were to say, "I'm probably going to hurt you," they already have caused damage. If somebody were to say, "I'm going to make up something about you and tell everybody we know," then they already have caused damage, even if they never do what they said they would. This is the kind of thing that bulliers do. So all of this brings us to a definition of what bullying is. Please find your dictionary pages again and get ready to write a definition for 2 words that start with a B. First, the word bullying, and then the word bullier. All you'll have to do is read along with me and fill in the blank lines as you see me do. Bullying, an attack on someone else's well-being. A bullier wants the other person to feel unsafe and uncomfortable. Now find the word bullier. Bullier, the person who does the attacking or who helps, even by smiling, someone else who's doing the attacking. That's right. If you help a bullier, then you are a bullier too. It's time for me to ask you 2 big questions. First, have you used 1, 2, or all 3 of these weapons to attack another person's well-being? And second, have you ever assisted a bullier who was attacking another person's well-being, maybe by smiling or laughing while it was happening? I'm asking you these questions now because your mentor will ask you later, closer to the end of the course, and I want you to be ready for the questions. This is just about the end of video lesson 3. Once we're finished, you should contact your mentor just like you did at the end of lessons 1 and 2, and let him know that you finished this lesson, took the quiz, and are ready to talk about the information. As with video lessons 1 and 2, your conversation with your mentor will have to show that you watched the lesson, understood the information, and have given it some thought. Remember that you can go to your student guidebook where it says lesson summaries and key points and find a summary of the information from this video lesson that is likely to appear on the quiz. You can also take a practice quiz in the guidebook if you wish. One last thing. I want you to read the following statement out loud and repeat it to yourself several times today and tomorrow. Everybody, including me, deserves to have a safe and comfortable well-being. You can find this sentence in your student guidebook on the page titled Affirmations. Good luck on the quiz and in your conversation with your mentor, and I look forward to seeing you here for Lesson 4.